what's up everyone? It's Mike Gross at youtube.com/mg free guitar lessons. Today I want to do a lesson on one of my favorite bands, heavy metal bands at least, and that's Iron Maiden. The song I want to show you is Wasted Years, and we're going to break this down. We'll jump right into it. I'm going to start with the intro, and then we'll break it into pieces from there. Here we go, Iron Maiden, Wasted Years. Okay, so this is all on the high E string. The key of the song is E minor, which is real common for a lot of metal songs. If you don't know the E minor scale, the notes that are used in here are taken from the E minor scale. And let's jump right into it. It's starting on, this is using alternate picking, and what's tricky about this is it's not all straight alternate picking. Sometimes we'll be doing two downstrokes and then alternate picking. So a good way to probably start this is to play the melody line or the notes of the scale, which is again. And get the placement of that. I've seen a lot of people play it, and it's I don't know. Depends on who it is, I guess. But this is the right way to do it. I can assure you that. So I'm going to break it down. It goes. So you're picking 12th fret, downstroke, and then go open, E, down, up, down, up. So keep in mind, all this is on the high E string. 7th fret, I pick that with the down, and then I'm going to hit open again and do down, up on the E. So then we go to fret 8. Play that as a downstroke, then lift it off, play it open, down, up, down, up. Okay, subgroup. I'm going to talk about that in every lesson. Break these into subgroups. If you have to, go. And then build off of it. So far, if we were to subgroup that, it goes. Then you got the down, up on the open, then go to fret 5 on the high E. And then down, up on the open. Then hit fret 7, go downstroke, then down, up. Just 2 times instead of 4. And then jump over to fret 3 on the high E string, pick that down, then down, up, open. Down, up on the open, then we move to fret 5. And if you can see that closer, but if you follow that pick pattern, you'll be okay. And try it slow, so it'll sound flowing and consistent. So 5, and then open, 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 down, up, or down, up, yeah, down, up, and then. Then the down, up on the open E again, after the 2nd fret, of course. Then 3rd fret, down, up, open. 5th fret, down, up, open. Subgroup right there. You can play that as a scale going up. Take it to the low E string. Or move it around just to keep the ideas fresh and get you used to the motions. Okay, so that's the intro. It's going to do that 3 times, almost a total of 4. At the end of the 4th one, here's what we got. So it ends off on that. Actually, it ends on the 3 on the high E string, and then we're going to move up to a power chord. And in heavy metal, these are used a lot, as you're probably already aware of. Fret 5 on the A, fret 7 on the D. Okay, go up and mute underneath that low E if you want. It's a good habit. That way you're muting above the power chord, and with your pinky you can mute below to where it mutes out the G. And a lot of times metal guitar players or anyone that's using power chords will use 3 strings with it. So you'll have the root note, the 5th of the scale, so root, 5th, and the octave. You can use 3 fingers. You can bar with your pinky, you can bar with your 3rd finger. See? Like that, that, or that, or that. But they're probably doing 3 in there. It's hard to tell by just listening, but you're going to get a little more power to it. Power chord, get it? So, if you're going to jump to this chord and go, because we ended with this, right? We went, or yeah. Oh wait, no, we came off the 3rd fret. 2 times on that. It's a 4 count there. And then you go, actually let me play this whole section for you. This is where the verse comes in. That's one section, so let's go over that and then I'll show you what comes up right after that. All power chords in here, we're using a technique that I showed you guys in the Pantera Cemetery Gates instructional video with the palm muting. Real bouncy motion here, a lot of up and down with it. If you're not familiar with palm muting, I'll briefly explain it. It's resting your palm right here, right across the bridge. It's got to be on the strings though. Use the bridge as a marker. You should kind of feel that behind your palm. Don't go too far up the strings like this. Keep it back here. Okay? And it doesn't start with it, but here's what happens. So I'm going 3 times on A, D, and G, if you want to hit that. That's the same power chord we just played. And slide it a whole step. Sharp. That'll take you up to fret 7 and fret 9. Subgroup that. And then you'll hit 1 palm mute off that A string. Your left hand stays there. And then hit the chord again. So it's then 2 palm mutes and then the chord again. And you repeat that again. 2 palm mutes in the power chord. Matter of fact, you could subgroup just that palm mute chord, and that'll help you with the bounciness that takes place with the palm muting. It would sound like this. Okay, so, and on that 4th one, you just hit the chord once, and then we're going to move up to 10A, 12D, and if you want to catch the 12G, when I say power chord, just figure 2 or 3 strings on that. Or actually, now this will go. So you're going 4 times, and slide it over quickly to fret 5 and 7. This chord is called a G5 power chord. You're sliding to a D5 power chord, which is 5A, 7D. Descending slide. 1 palm mute on the A string, hit the power chord, then we start the chunk, chunk, palm mute, power chord. So, and then start as if you're starting everything over here, and go 1, 2, 3, 4, slide. So all that'll repeat, watch. In this part, just like before, but it changes here. We're gonna go One thing I want to point out really quick is Iron Maiden, like a lot of the metal bands, had two guitar players, Dave Murray and Adrian Smith. Excellent, man. Great at the dual harmonies and everything. And like I mentioned in other lessons with two guitar player bands, Adrian Smith is playing some different chordings while Dave Murray's playing what I'm showing you. So you're actually learning Dave Murray's part to this. But there are some other tones in there. So if you hear that, think, oh, he showed me it wrong. If I had two more arms and another guitar, I would do them both for you. So maybe we'll do a lesson where I'll show you guys Adrian Smith's guitar part. So on this we're going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and slide your index a half step flat to fret 9. And as you do that, take your third finger and go to fret 11 on the G. So it sounds like this. So you're going to palm mute. After you slide this 10 to 9 on the A, palm mute it, and then this third finger does 11 G. Then you hit all three of those strings. And then palm mute, just like we were doing in the other ones. 2 times on the A string. And then the chord, 2 more palm mutes, chord, so. So after that part, you're moving back to 10, 12, and then up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you'd have. And then you go into the C2. It's a bar chord. And they're both doing different chords here. 3rd fret A, 5th fret D, 5th fret G, and then bar, the B and the E on the 3rd fret. And just strum, kind of drag the pick over it. And then move up to a whole step sharp to 5 and 7, and go. You learned that previously. That's the 1, 2, 3, 4, whole step slide, and then the palm mute part. Once. Power chord, and then the 2 palm mutes. So. And then, so we have. So 10A, 12D, go 1, 2, 3, 4, and slide it over to 5, 7. So. The 1 palm mute on the A, power chord, then the 2 palm mutes in the power chord. See the pattern there? And then go back to 10, 12 on the A and D, and go. So we have. So 1 palm mute, and then hit the bar now, which is everything on the 3rd fret except the low E. You got 5D, 5G. And then palm mute twice on the A, power chord. Palm mute twice, power chord, and then the bar chord. So let me play that whole section and then we'll hit the next part. And then. Okay, next part. This is actually the last section of the song. We're not doing the solo. Just sticking with the straight rhythms through these, like most of my lessons up to now. We will do some solo stuff coming up though. Okay, then we're going to a G5 power chord. 3rd fret on the E, 5th fret on the A. If you want to catch the octave on the 5th fret D, that's cool too. So it's like. back in. So you'll hit the top 2 or 3 strings on this G5 power chord, drop it down a string each to a C5, try to mute out this low E, then you go to A5, which is open A, 2D, 2G, and then we're doing a D2 chord. So index finger, fret 2 on the G, third finger, fret 3 on the B. My thumb's going to come up here just to barely mute out this low E so we don't hear it, because you want to strike all the strings. It's an energetic, powerful song, so you don't want to be timid when you're playing it. I'm also muting out the high E as well, so both E strings are muted. Just go back to the C5, so 3rd fret A, 5th fret D, back to the A5, let's open A, 2D, 2G, and then we go to E minor, which is open E, 1st finger, 2nd fret A, 2nd finger, 2nd fret D, and an open G. Make sure your middle finger's not leaning on that. If it does, it'll still sound cool, but Iron Maiden a lot of times would add more than just the power chord. They'd add an extra note or 2 with it, which is a really cool thing about them. Same thing with Queensryche, which we'll do a song from them coming up too. So hit those 4, then back to the D2 that you just learned. And then the bar chord, the C2. Bar, the 3rd fret, A through high E, and then 3rd finger, 5D, pinky, 5G. 2 times, and like a mute sound, like there's some accenting, because Nico McBrain, the drummer, is like dat 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 dat. So you want to kind of accent with that. It's not a palm mute. That would sound like. We're not doing that. So you got to achieve that. You got to lift up pressure from your chord just enough to give you this sound. That type of sound. So. Okay, and then you go back into the. Let's see, 5 of those, and then 1 by itself. And then you're back into the. Solo comes up. The end goes back to the intro, the whole. There's a little like 3-chord thing at the end of the song, but if you want to just stick with you have 99.9% of this one. But it's kind of like a something along those lines, but not a big deal. A very, very little part. So anyways, there's the Iron Maiden metal lesson of the day. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have questions, if I went too fast for you in this one and you need things explained a little more in detail, I don't mind doing that. Just ask me on the comment section of this DVD of this guitar lesson video. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Tell your friends, spread the word, make requests, and maybe your song can be the next one. Okay? So until next time, peace. See ya.